We all know aDrive has been going downhill for a long time. The Twitch and YouTube money corrupted him hard, and between the fake shiny reactions and fake leaks, I find it nearly impossible to find any honesty in his character or his content. But this, using your influence to overcharge on vintage TCG cards, that is a new low of greed that I didn't even expect from aDrive. This dude is out there ripping off his audience so he can profit. Now you might already know what this is about, but in case you didn't know, aDrive opened up a box of first edition Neo Genesis live on stream, but he had already sold the packs beforehand, and then he was opening it for the people on stream and then sending them the cards later. Sources tell me that he was selling the packs for $1,500 each, and immediately I went, wait a second, that does not add up. We even have a reply in here saying, this is the TCG content I've been waiting for, nothing like opening a $30,000 box. Yeah, people are in for the big, expensive TCG vintage openings right now, but this dude's saying boxes around $30,000. This happened around October 19th. So the price has gone up since then, and even more because aDrive just cracked open a very rare product, but people are already valuing this around $30,000 at the time. Now, if the box is worth $30,000 and there's 32 packs in a box, that's a little over $900 a pack. We can round it up to $1,000 because of like fees and charges and shipping and processing and stuff. And aDrive is still massively overcharging, but let's find some more modern pricing. So we got Neo Genesis on eBay, $45,000, $42,000 right here. So that seems to be on the lower end. Now, when it comes to eBay, usually they're like ahead of the price, that if you find like a private seller, you might be able to find it for a little cheaper. You can also put in an offer. So you could just be like, hey, this guy, I'll give you 40 grand right now for this box. They might take that offer, they might not. You know, it could just be a placeholder or something. But the prices have gone up so rapidly in such a short amount of time that these are going to be a little inflated, and we could probably safely guess that aDrive got his box for much cheaper. But let's say $40,000. He wanted to really do it, so he just paid whatever to get it. $40,000 divided by 32, and that's still a significant overcharge to be profiting several $100s per pack. Like, let's say he's just profiting $200 a pack. Well, that means he's using that to make $6,400 off of opening a vintage product, giving that content to his fans. That just sounds very excessive and greedy to me, which is in line with how aDrive has been acting the last couple of years. So to me, in my opinion, it would appear that aDrive is using his influence to gouge his fans and other people in the industry for profit, also being a very savvy businessman and taking advantage of all this TCG hype that's going on right now and price uncertainty and trying to maximize the amount of money he is making. Now, you might be thinking like, well, you know, maybe aDrive didn't know, or maybe he overpaid or something like that. I mean, you can also find other products just cheaper on eBay. Sealed Neo Genesis First Edition Booster Pack, 3 sold. Now, last time I checked a couple days ago, there was actually 2 left, so 1 has sold in that time for $800. And it's also important to note, because many people might not realize this, but the value of the sealed box itself is worth more than the contents inside. The sealed collector's product has a premium in itself, so by opening that, you are immediately losing a lot of value. Now, I don't know the exact value that's lost when you open up a first edition vintage Pokemon TCG product, but it's probably significant, 10, 15%, maybe even more than that. So if aDrive is trying to sell the packs at face value of the box, he is still scamming people. And of course I know that a random loose pack is not going to have the same value as a pack from a freshly cracked box, but I don't think the value goes almost twice as high in premium from that, especially when you have a seller rating like this, 83,000 with 100% positive feedback. I'm pretty sure this is going to be somewhere in the ballpark, and then maybe 25-30% premium for that. So, I mean, yeah, maybe $1,000 a pack after all is said and done, depending on, like, what the box prices are and things. But seems like aDrive is really trying to get some profit out of this. Now, I will kind of clarify that I have a source that said $1,500. Maybe the price they ended up paying went down. Maybe there were other prices for other people. I don't know. But the numbers I heard was that aDrive's Neo Genesis was $1,500 a pack. What makes me further believe that aDrive really overcharged on the Neo Genesis is that he immediately went to an insane gouge on first edition Team Rocket boxes. So after the success of the last stream, he immediately went to follow it up, and now he has 2 boxes, 72 packs, first edition Team Rocket, and then initially priced them at $1,800 per pack. That is absurd. Alright, so let's go back to eBay. Let's see how much these boxes are going for. I went to completed items, and the weird thing is, like, Neo Genesis is so rare, I couldn't find any completed sales, so yeah, it's kind of hard to pin the pricing on it, but almost no matter how you look at it, he was way overcharging. However, this is where it gets even weirder. Initially going for $1,800 a pack on something as common as first edition Team Rocket. Like, maybe since it's Generation 1, he's expecting people to think that it's rarer and more expensive. But, I mean, we have already sold ones for 24, 23, 20,000. There's, like, a chance that aDrive is one of these purchases as well, because he immediately took the success from the last stream and tried to profit off of it. As low as 16,000 very recently, under 20,000. 17,000 on October 26th. These are not super valuable at all, and do we really even need to go into the math from there? Like, 16 is half of 30. Let's take 21,000. Let's just say 21,000 for the box, divide by 32. Disgusting. In my opinion, that is a disgusting scam. This is what happens when you enable frauds like aDrive. He is going to take advantage of you. He does not care about his audience. He does not care about any person that follows him. He only cares about the money, and this number just kind of lends more credibility to the number I heard for the Neo Genesis packs, in that they were grossly overpriced. Now, another thing to consider is he's doing a live stream for this. He was getting thousands of viewers for a very long amount of time, because of course you gotta drag out the packs, drag out the openings, drag out the live stream. So I mean, he made thousands of dollars during the live stream. Instead of trying to like pass that onto his fans, you know, it's like, oh, I know I'm going to probably make a lot of money from the live stream, so I'm going to either sell the packs at face value, or maybe even slightly cheaper. That way he kind of breaks even, maybe gets a little bit of profit for his troubles, a little bit of profit for his stream, but then he's helping out his fans. He's doing good by the people. But instead, he's trying to just triple down on the profit as much as possible, and we can see comparisons. Leonhart is the most genuine person I can think of in the Pokemon community. This dude has been so humble for the beginning, and now, like, I'm so incredibly happy for him that his time has come with, like, this huge Pokemon boom. But look at this. I'll be recreating a store from the 90s and selling all vintage Pokemon packs at their original $4.99 price. Meanwhile, aDrive is overcharging on Team Rocket base set, or Team Rocket first edition. This is someone that's like pulling a Mr. Beast in Pokemon and just giving back so generously. It's unbelievable. When I saw this, I look at the, how do you, it's so beautiful, and he's doing it so generously. Like, damn, I don't even know how many hundreds or thousands each of those packs are worth at this point. But I mean, he could have even just done it at a half off discount, but no, he wants to recreate the experience that many people didn't have, that I barely had. I mean, even I barely remember that experience, and I wish I could have it again. I was just ever so slightly too young to fully appreciate it. And, like, this is just one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in Pokemon. Just that right there. And then that is immediately soiled by what aDrive is doing. Now, he issued an apology via video, but he admits how much of a scumbag he is in the video. He said he wanted to do it for the premium. He said he wanted to, like, offer this up, and a lot of people caught on to the garbage that he is way overcharging for these boxes, and he ends up at the price of $1,300, which, as we can see, is still a massive gouge. This apology means absolutely nothing, because you have to consider aDrive's mental state. He saw the success from the Neo Genesis, and his first thought was how he can scam people as much as possible to make as much money as he thinks he could get away with on one of the most inferior Generation 1 products. Like, everything about it is insulting. Then he tries to issue some fake apology where it's like, I overstepped. No, an honest person would never make that overstep to begin with. Someone that wasn't already incredibly corrupt, incredibly greedy, already has a history of overcharging for these things. They would not have stepped into this. And he even admits, like, yeah, he overstepped on how much premium, how much he wanted to take from his audience. And then he still ends up at $1,300, which, like, this might actually have been the whole play. I wouldn't put it past aDrive to be that calculating, to be that scummy at this time, where it's like, okay, I'm going to issue it a little too high, and then I'm going to dial it back, and that's going to make me look like the good guy, and then I'm going to get more views in general, or more publicity in general. Like, look, initial box offer, 410 likes. The apology, 3,000. Because everyone in his fan base is going to eat it. They're going to watch the video. You know, Twitter videos, polls, those get more engagement than just a tweet for the most part. So he's going to get more off of this. And he knows because he's been in the game for a long time. And I can clearly see it because I've been in the game for longer. I mean, just look at all the memes out there. You know, the memes of like the crying YouTuber apology where it's like, I'm sorry. Give me a sec. You know, it's like all that build up and then people meme on it because it's clearly fake and stuff, but, you know, sheep still eat it up. Like, that's what's happening here. It's clear as day. Zane still drops it into a scam price. And he just wants to keep profiting and profiting. And in this video, he says something like, oh, I just wanted to, you know, take the money from that and keep rolling it. So he just wants to keep stacking his profit, maybe until he makes it to the first edition box, or maybe until he has $50, $60, $100,000 in profit from overcharging on TCG and only making that money because he is abusing his influencer status and his audience and other people in the industry with it. Like, at least people caught on, but still, that's just unacceptable. And again, it's like, yeah, he was already overcharging from the beginning, and there's just so many other people that are doing it right because they're not greeted, they're not corrupted, and they haven't even let recent fame or anything corrupt them as well. It's kind of crazy like that. But I want to make sure people are aware, yeah, anyone can go on eBay, yeah, anyone can look that stuff up, but maybe they trust aDrive for no reason. He's a shiny hunter, he's video games, he doesn't have like all this long TCG experience, so maybe they're like, oh, I guess the price is this now because everything's gone up so recently, and, you know, you might not be able to get these things anymore. It's hard to vet these things, you know? So he's trying to give himself fake credibility, that way he can overcharge in a market that he really isn't in, but it's also kind of like the trend right now to be in like Pokemon TCG and stuff. So he's just trying to, like, again, triple down on profit, which includes scamming his audience to get even more profit out of it, to get the more bigger rare product, to get more views, so on and so forth, instead of actually being generous and giving, like, using this to give back in a way. You know, being like, you know, I'm going to take a little bit of a loss, or I'm going to break even after the stream, but hey, you guys were actually able to get one of these pieces of history. You guys were able to get something good. No, aDrive is not a good person. This proves it further. Again, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's just like so much fake content. It's really, really sad to see. And then he's also stolen content from me in the past. A lot of people don't know about that. I can't really put it earlier in the video because that's like a different topic than this. I see a lot of comments still of people saying, oh, I thought you and aDrive were cool. Well, I mean, first off, he's subtweeted me a lot, so I guess you missed that. But also, like, nah, he chose to end our friendship by stealing my content and then over promoting that content above me. He tried to bury me in like search ranking and algorithm on exclusive news I had access to by stealing my exclusive news and not properly crediting me. So in my opinion, I think I've made a very strong case to show that aDrive is a scumbag. He only cares about the money and nothing else, if that wasn't already clear before. So, hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.